Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at the darker side of MMA. We're going to have a little dive on a character from the UFC named Lightning Lee Murray.
I'm Lee Murray from London, England. I'm a Valley Judo fighter. I come here to fight today in the alternate bout. I don't know nothing about the guy that I'm fighting, so I just wait and see what happens.
Lightning Lee Murray is a former professional mixed martial artist who competed in the UFC in the early 2000s. Born on February 12, 1977 in London, England, Murray began his MMA career in 1999 and quickly gained a reputation as a talented fighter with knockout power. He fought 4 times in 2000, his first 2 bouts under the Ring of Truth banner, winning both matchups. He then fought 2 bouts at Extreme Challenge 34, winning the first by leg lock to progress to the second round, where he was submitted by armbar against Joe Dorkerson. He went on to train with Pat Miletich in Iowa, fighting for the Millennium Brawl banner. He won 2, lost 1. At this point he had a record of 8 wins, 2 losses and 1 no contest in the smaller promotions when the UFC came knocking at his door. Now around this time, allegedly, according to Pat Miletich, outside of UFC 38, Lee Murray ran into Tito Ortiz and a fight broke out. Quoting his words, "The entire alley erupted into a huge brawl. I was just standing there and there were bodies flying all over the place." He said, "I was confused how it all happened because it happened so fast. I was standing there with my mouth open like, what the hell is going on? I looked over and Chuck Liddell was with his back against the wall, knocking people out that were trying to go after him. Then I looked over and there's Tito directly past me taking off his coat going after Lee Murray, and Lee's backing up the alley taking his jacket off. Both their jackets came off and Tito throws a left hook at Lee Murray and misses, and right as he missed, Lee counters with like a 5-punch combo, landed right on the chin and knocked Tito out cold. Tito fell face down to the ground and then Lee Murray stomped on him on the face a couple of times with his boots. Then Tony Falkland and I grabbed Lee and pushed him and said, "You better get out of it." And Lee said, "I'm sorry, I'll see you later," and took off down the alley. Now I don't know how much of that is true, but if Pat Miletich is saying it, it probably happened. Murray made his UFC debut in 2004 at UFC 46, where he defeated Jorge Rivera by submission in the first round.
Just amazing to be here. It's just a dream for me. Waited all my life for this. Since I started training 5 years ago, this is my goal, to get it. The next goal is the belt. And whoever gets in my way for me getting to that belt, they're going to get knocked out. Cold, hard. That's all I got to say.
Says you stand with me, you swim with the sharks. Our referee in our night is officially for 15 minutes, so he knows he's going to have to endure some takedowns, as we see here. There we go. Let's get UFC.tv, your website of choice.
He doesn't have it locked in. What Lee has to do is grab a hold of his, there he goes. He got a hold of his left foot and tucked it in tight. This is a bad spot.
Can he finish? And it's all over. It's all over.
After his debut, he had some visa issues as he was set to fight on the UFC 52 card, but was replaced at the last minute by one of his former opponents, Joe Dorkerson. Murray left the organisation in 2004. After leaving the UFC, he went on and fought the one and only Anderson Silva at Cage Rage 8. Losing to Anderson in a close battle. His MMA career was ended abruptly after a dispute outside a nightclub in Mayfair, London, where Murray was stabbed multiple times in the chest and sides. He survived, but with horrific scars, and no promotion wanted to give that look to their promotion, so he never fought again. But the story doesn't end there. This is where it turns a bit dark. In addition to his MMA career, Murray gained notoriety for his involvement in a high-prolific criminal case. In 2006, he was arrested in connection with the largest cash robbery in British history, in which a group of armed men stole over £53 million from a Securitas depot in Kent. This was no small robbery. It involved months of planning. The group had taken staff members' families hostage, along with firearms to gain leverage so staff would comply once they stormed the building. The ordeal lasted 2 or 3 hours. That is how much cash they took. Murray was suspected of being the mastermind behind the robbery, although he denied any involvement. After his arrest, Murray fled to Morocco, where he was eventually captured and extradited back to the UK to face charges related to the robbery. In 2010, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison for his role in the crime. Despite his incarceration, Murray's reputation as both a fighter and a criminal continued to capture the public's interest. Throughout his time in prison, Murray had maintained a low profile and has not made any public statements about his MMA or criminal activities. Murray's time in the UFC remains a significant part of his legacy as a fighter. His knockout victories and aggressive fighting style earned him a following among MMA fans, and his brief stint in the UFC is still remembered by those who watched him compete. Murray's fall from grace serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of mixing sports with criminal activities. His talents as a fighter could have propelled him to a greater success in the world of MMA, but his involvement in illegal activities ultimately led to his downfall. While Murray's criminal actions have overshadowed his achievements in the UFC, his story serves as a reminder of the complexities of human nature and the consequences of making poor choices. His rise and fall from the heights of professional fighting to the depths of criminality are a testament to the unprecedented nature of life and the consequences of one's actions. I can't help but wonder how good Murray could have been if he hadn't got caught up in the criminal world. He had speed, power, agility and a natural gift for fighting. With his training, it made him lethal inside that octagon and clearly outside of it too. Anyway, that's all I got on this one. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I'll catch you all on the next one, 'cause I'm out.